My beautiful traders, today we are here to answer one of the most important questions that everybody keeps asking. Why do so many traders lose money overall, or really, why do so many traders never fully become profitable? Let's break this down step by step. One thing that I've noticed from my own personal experience, I'm somebody that's been in the markets now 9 years, and I have a full-blown trading ecosystem mentorship / program. I teach students, educate students, lean on students, and again, develop students to go from complete beginners, and I mean zero, all the way to full-time trading experts. The number one thing that I notice is it rarely ever comes from a perspective of lack of knowledge. Now, what do I mean by lack of knowledge? It never usually comes from somebody being a complete beginner versus somebody having some set of experience. Most people that fail to become profitable get to a certain point where they actually know what they're doing relatively. They're usually just missing a lot of little key setups. They've usually been on YouTube 1,000,000%, and they have literally gone through almost every free YouTube. I'm talking about 500 hours plus of YouTube experience. They've maybe bought one or two mentorships prior in their life, where they've tried to learn from somebody. Maybe they got unlucky and got somebody that was not fantastic at teaching, or I hate to say it, there are a ton of scammers out there. Everybody, before you buy any program, including mine, do your due diligence. Research my name, Joseph Murphy, look up the trading actual curriculum, try to talk people involved in the program, do your research. Somebody who's a complete beginner can go from complete beginner to profitable, and I mean profitable, within 90 days. And the reason I know that is because I've done that with students before. Not saying it's very common. It is one of the more anomaly outcomes because again, 0 to 90 days profitability is not easy, but it can be done. The average roadmap should take no longer to 120 to 180 days to get to a point where you know what it takes to be profitable. Now it's just really repetition and market experience, which is the one thing that nobody on the planet can teach, is your own market experience. I could tell you everything that's going to happen, everything to look out for, every rule to follow, but it's up to your experience in the market to actually apply those things. And sometimes people take it from the jump and apply it and they never go down a downwind. Some people do it a little bit, mess up on other things, and some people literally need to physically go through the mistakes to actually set to apply it. The number one basis is, how do I put all the knowledge I have into the right cadence and right order? How do I exactly identify setups? How do I manage my risk? And most importantly, how do I control my mind and my emotions when I'm actually getting ready to trade, in a trade, and post-trade? So let's dive into the first part. I think the most important aspect in the market is your mental psychology. Here's the biggest thing. Most traders come into this with either one of two things in their head. They are at a point in life that they are dependent on trading, meaning this has to work. I need to see return in a month from now. I depend on this money. I have $2,000 left to my name. That is the wrong mentality. If you're in that situation, you should not put the pressure on yourself that you are either going to make it or break it in trading within a month. Because if you're coming into this thinking it's a get rich quick scheme, I'm sorry to be the only person on the internet that's going to tell you this. It is not a get rich quick scheme. It's actually the last thing. It is similar to real estate, where this is a for sure get rich quick scheme. It just takes the quick part a good amount of time. Even if you're profitable within 6 months, you're not profitable enough to where you're breaking the bank and changing your life. You're on your way to scaling to that level that'll soon change your life. So if you come with that rushed mindset, like it needs to happen in 30 days, you're already setting yourself up for failure, because everybody learns at their own pace and everybody has their own struggles within the market. Some are psychological, some are emotional, some are actual execution, some are even identifying setup, and some are risk management. First things first, this is the correct psychology to come to the market with. I am entering a world in which I know that I am up against tremendous odds. 98% of traders become unsuccessful. 1% of traders are profitable really year over year, and the other 1% have seen some success, but overall longevity wise, they come out break even or slightly negative. So to be a truly profitable trader, you're in the 1 percentile of top traders. So you're already entering into something that you know statistically is against you to be successful. So the way you should go about it is, okay, let me understand what are the common reasons for somebody's lack of success in this, and know that if I can conquer these things, I should be able to conquer the rest, because if everybody else is getting stuck up here, as long as I can conquer this, I can move past that 98th percentile and get into that 1 percentile. That's really going to be a part of the profitability aspect of my trading. Understanding that you are up against a giant in controlling the market. And then 2, you should come to this perspective of, hey, I know nothing and I need to be as receptive as possible to information, experiences, and again, identifying what's even going on in the market. Within 30 days, you're only going to get, if you're lucky, 20 to 21 full trading days in the month. So that means after your first 30 days of being in the market, you're really only trading for 20 of them. And that's if you're taking trades. I always suggest for the first 2 to 3 weeks, if you're brand new to the market, the last thing you should be doing is actually taking trades. If anything, you should be waking up early, journaling, writing down a plan before the market opens. Once the market opens, playing it out in your head, not even paper trading, reading candles, seeing the way it moves, understanding why this happens, seeing a repeating pattern like, hey, every time we've hit this price, I've noticed the same kind of movement. Identifying different setups, setups, and just getting familiar with the movement of the market. Once you've gone through 2 weeks, that's when I believe you should segue into paper trading. And by the end of month 1, you'd be ready to actually consider yourself going live. But I even think you should start on a prop firm at that point versus a live account just to start off, because it's all about mitigating your risk, managing your expectations, learning how to control your emotions and your mind. That is the right psychological approach. The second most important factor of why people lose money is the lack of emotional control. Yes, we are sitting here talking about trading stocks, trading options, trading futures, long-term investing, swing trading, whatever it is. Emotional control stands at the forefront of that issue. Why? Most people overlook this. Most people don't even really know that this is an actual thing to be worried about. Every single one of my students, they join my program, I tell them the same thing. You will be tested by your emotions. And you're going to be sitting here right now on the other side of this camera going, did I just join this guy's program? He's talking to me about emotions. I'm trying to make money. The most relative thing in trading is your emotions. If you're a trader watching this, you already know what I'm talking about. If you're a beginner watching this, trust me, when it hits you, you're going to sit here and go, wow, that guy with the fake ass beard was right. Trading is really so easy in all reality. And take what I just said with a grain of salt. I mean, the concept of it. We wake up in the morning, we click some buttons, and we make thousands of dollars on the computer just print out of nowhere. The concept seems easy. All you're doing is using your head, working smarter, not harder. But when you really realize that doing that is actually one of the most difficult things on the planet, because it requires you to have complete and utter control of yourself. Number one thing I always see is when somebody enters a trade for the first time, you can really see where you're at emotionally just depending on what that first trade looks like. So for everybody, I always start off talking to people about their position size. I firmly believe that position size is the number one way to manage your emotions. So if somebody's coming in with a $10,000 account to start, let's say they're getting into futures trading, they want to put $10,000 in a live account and start trading that way. I'm not going to go and tell them, hey, you have enough margin to start trading 2 or 3 NQs. No. You have enough in your account to trade all of that, but we're going to start with trading 1 to 2 MNQs, meaning your first trade will probably be a result of $25 to $50 profit, or if you take a loss, it'd be $20 to $50 loss. Why? Because you just went live. You are a brand new beginner in the market. You should not be risking anywhere near full percent of your account size. You need to slow roll into the market. Get used to the speed, get used to the exact execution it's going to take, understanding how to enter and exit positions, seeing how the market moves. You need to establish realistic expectations. So if I had a $10,000 account, a $2,000 loss would really hurt my account. So if I'm in too big of a position, I will notice that I will cut trades early, I won't follow through with my stop loss, and I won't let trades fully develop because I'm at a bigger risk of losing money that I can't afford to lose on the account. Someone like me that has a 7-figure trading account, I do the same exact thing. That's why I don't trade with all this crazy money depending on the way I feel about the position, because if I'm confident, I will go in heavy. If I'm not confident, I will always mitigate my risk. So if I love a setup and I know my emotions are going to be under control regardless of where I'm in, I'm good. If I don't love the setup and I know the bigger I go in this crappy setup is going to mitigate and actually affect me emotionally, where I'm not going to be thinking and executing properly, I'm not going to scale up. If you're somebody that's coming in with a couple $1,000s for a live account, you should really potentially visit prop firms, because prop firms give leverage to people with lower capital. I highly recommend Redline Futures Funding, code JGM, 50% off. Their accounts are affordable, rules are reasonable, payouts are on time and fair. The next thing is your preparation. And I feel like this is the number one differentiating factor between people who are successful trading and people who are not successful trading. You have to have a plan. The way that I like to do it is I have a full pre-market plan that I go through every single day before the market opens. I check key levels, I check the other ticker symbols, I set my entry points on both sides of the market, meaning if this happens and I want to go short, where am I looking for my short entry? If this happens and I want to go long, where am I looking for my long entry? Once I have both those areas identified, I then move to my brokerage and I see what kind of options contract I want to utilize if I'm trading options, or I see at what actual price I'm trying to get my fills at if I'm trading futures. Once the market opens, I am not really worried about what it's doing. I am more so waiting to enter at my already respective plan points as soon as they hit. So I'm not sitting there watching the market going, okay, should we long this? Should we short this? What are we saying? No, I already know if we hit this price, this is where I'm shorting. At this point, after this candle structure and this break of momentum, or again, this rejection. If it's not, if it's the opposite way, if I hit this point, I'm going to long. If I see a bounce, if I see a breakthrough, depending on what I'm looking at for that day. I'm not reacting. I am simply following through with the plan that I set before. I'm calm, controlled, and emotionless. I'm almost like a trading robot. That is exactly where you need to be a successful trader. And the third thing, risk management. The number one thing that stops most traders from being actually profitable is risk management. The reason I say that is because if you can't get into the psychological, you'll never control the emotional. Once you control the psychological, the emotional becomes able to control. And once you control these two, if you're still not profitable, it's usually because you're not risk managing properly. Meaning you're letting your losers be bigger than your winners and you're not having enough of your winners. So there's two levels to that exact concept. If you're already trading and you notice that your win rate is already higher than 50% and you are not profitable, your only problem is risk management. How do you risk manage? It all comes down to position sizing and knowing where to cut trades. I am somebody that likes to trade off of two key concepts, momentum and structure. Some of my trades are more momentum based, some of my trades are more structure based. Depending on what I'm doing, my stop loss / where I'm breaking trades at. If I'm trading something like momentum push above a key level, I'm usually waiting for the break, I'm waiting for the retest, my stop will be at below the level, my take profit is at whatever previous structure I'm targeting, and I'm rolling with that. I'm usually looking for the candle that's getting rejected. Once candle breaks through, my stop loss goes at the previous wick, and I'm letting momentum run, and I have a usually take profit respective on momentum. It's usually a dollar amount, and actual structure, it's usually a point in like an actual take profit point within the structure. But the key of all that is cutting trades. And let's just say, for example, my rules are I always want to follow a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, meaning for every $100 that I'm trying to make, I'm willing to risk $50, right? So let's say, for example, my profit target is $1,000 in the day. I am willing to risk 500 to make 1,000, meaning if I'm going to enter in a position, let's say once I've broke a key level and I'm waiting for the retest entry, depending on how confident I am with the trade, it also depends on my position sizing. So if I'm going into something where I know if I'm over leveraged in my position size, my stop loss is going to be way tighter than it should be, I know my position size is flawed. If I can go into something and going, okay, my stop loss, whether it's options or futures, should be either $10 under in terms of futures, or it should be 0.25 if we're trading actual options, then I need to know that, okay, that 0.25 or that 10 points represents $500. Because if it hits that point, that's it, I'm good. I know that as long as I'm winning 50% of my trades and I follow that risk to reward structure, then the rest is going to do its thing. 9 years into this, I've seen a lot of different situations and I've lived a lot of things on my own. Trust me, once you conquer psychological, once you conquer emotional, and as soon as you have a strategy with 50% or higher win rate, you have 3 out of 4 pillars dominant. You just need risk management, and all that is respecting your risk to reward ratio and knowing when to cut trades. Stop bag holding trades. Stop convincing yourself setups are there. Stick to your rules, make a plan, execute like a robot, and I promise you, watch how quickly you will go from unprofitable to profitable, or from beginner to expert. All of these concepts are broken down and taught within the Mind Over Market program taught by myself. I'm the only mentor online that is live every single day, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, teaching actual economics. Every single Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the first hour of Asia session open to see what's going on the weekend. Well, guys, this is another video, and I appreciate your guys' time. If you guys stayed here to the end of the video, please like and comment, subscribe down below. It helps me out tremendously. If you guys have anything you guys want to see covered in the video, comment it down below, and I hope everybody's on their path to profitability so you guys can be like me. In the green room, JGM, the internet's most complete trader, is out.